Y'all know the name.
What's going on, guys? My name's Martinio and welcome back to Football Manager 2017, where today is the day. The finale of Season 2 of my Leeds United series, FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium against our arch rivals Manchester United. It's going to be a big episode, so what we're going to do today is, firstly, we're going to take a look at how each side got to the final itself. We're going to take a look at some Manchester United team news, and then we're going to jump straight into the game, and hopefully, come the end of it, we will have the FA Cup to add to the League Cup we won earlier in the season. So let's just get straight into the episode. So we'll start off the episode by taking a look at how Manchester United progressed to the final, and they started in the third round at Old Trafford with a 5-0 win over Rochdale. Goals from Schweinsteiger, Pereira, Rooney, Jones and Valencia sealing their progression into the fourth round fairly emphatically. Next up though, they travel to the Stadium MK to face MK Dons, and this one was a little bit more difficult. MK Dons actually took the lead with just over half hour gone through Thomas Asante before goals from Wayne Rooney, Marcus Rashford and Angel Gomez made it 3-1. Kieran Agard bagged one with 4 minutes left to go to make it a little bit nervy towards the end, but they held out and progressed to the fifth round draw. And in the fifth round, they travelled to the more familiar surroundings of Vicarage Road to face Watford. And looking at the stats, it wasn't exactly a classic game. They did have much better of the possession, and goals from Daley Blinder and Anthony Martial in the first half was enough to see them through and book their place in the quarter-finals. And in the quarter-final, they welcome Everton to Old Trafford, and this one was probably the defining game of their cup run. It was 0-0 after 90 minutes. They were absolutely dominant throughout, as you can see from the stats. Everton did actually have a chance to snatch it, but Leighton Baines missed the penalty with just over an hour gone. It went all the way through extra time and into a penalty shootout, and they progressed by 4-3, with Morales and Guy missing the all-important penalties there for Everton, which meant that Manchester United would be heading to Wembley to face West Ham United in the semi-finals. And it wasn't exactly an emphatic win. Ibrahimovic bagged the only goal of the game early on with 4 minutes gone. Though they did have the better of the stats, again, it wasn't emphatic, and on another day it could have been West Ham United progressing through to the final ahead of them. But Ibrahimovic's goal was enough to see them through, and that meant that they would be returning to Wembley for another FA Cup final. For ourselves though, we started off our FA Cup adventure with a 2-0 win at home to Blackburn in the third round, and honestly we should have won by more. It took nearly 70 minutes for the first goal to go in. Jordan Larson stepped off the bench a couple of minutes earlier to bag the opener. Then Diego Poyet got himself sent off for a rash challenge, a straight red card for him, which could have made things a little bit nervy, but Carl Bartley wrapped things up with 4 minutes left to go, and that sealed our place in the fourth round. And in the fourth round, we welcomed Fulham to Ellen Road, and it was hardly a classic game, as you can see from the stats. It was just one of those that could have gone either way on another day, but it was Jordan Larson's goal after 10 minutes which did the job for us. John Obi-Mikel also got himself sent off with about 20 minutes left to go for a second bookable offence, which made things a little bit nervy, but we held on, and that meant that we moved into the fifth round. And in the fifth round, we travelled to the Ricoh Arena to face Coventry City, and this was probably the defining game of our cup run. We didn't start the game very well. Josh Clark and Kobe Arthur put Coventry City 2-0 up, and then the game turned completely when Ellis Plummer got himself sent off. It was a rash challenge on Conor Huijhen, I think it was, and he received his marching orders. The resulting free kick from about 30 yards was banged top corner by Xavi, and in the second half, with that extra man, we put them to the sword. Jordan Larson bagging a hat-trick, and Lewis Shaw bagging one for good measure from the penalty spot as well, which meant that we moved into the quarter-finals. And the quarter-final was a lot more straightforward as we welcomed Sunderland to Ellen Road and ran out 4-0 winners. Mbappe opened the scoring with about 10 minutes to the half left from the penalty spot, and then bagged the second a couple of minutes later. And in the second half, Liam Bridcut got himself on the score sheet before Conor Huijhen got himself sent off for a second bookable offence. But the game was pretty much out of sight by that point, and Kemar Roof bagged a fourth just to put the finishing touches on it, which meant that we would be returning to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-final. And in the semi-final, we were drawn against my hometown team, Leicester City. And honestly, from the stats, we should have won by more. Leicester were absolutely dire. Didn't even have a shot on target throughout the entire game, so a very easy afternoon's work from Marco Silvestri. Jordan Larson did the business though, getting goals either side of the half, which meant that we progressed to our first final since the horror show that was the 1974 FA Cup final defeat against Sunderland. So that's how each side made it to the final, and now we're going to take a look at Manchester United in a bit more detail. So Jose Mourinho is still the manager, and he really doesn't like me or Leeds United from what I've been seeing. Following our 1-0 win over them in the league a few episodes back, he basically had this to say. We'll bounce back from this defeat and put his Tin Pot Club, or him and his Tin Pot Club, back in their place next time around. So, yeah, he really doesn't like me. And the same theme has been emerging in the lead up to this game as well, because he's basically said that he's definitely been itching to put me back in my place for a while now, and at full time on Saturday he's going to be regretting making this personal. However, I would contest that him calling Leeds United a Tin Pot Club would be making this personal. So he started it, and hopefully now we're going to finish it. So yeah, we're not best of friends right now. Let's just leave that at that. Ibrahimovic is still the captain. Chris Smalling is the vice-captain. The world's most expensive player, Paul Pogba, is the key player. And Marcus Rashford is the hot prospect. Looking at their recent form, it's been a bit up and down. These two games against Manchester United were the semi-finals of the Champions League, actually. They drew the first one at the Etihad Stadium 1-1, and then in the second leg at Old Trafford they drew 2-2, but they were actually 2-0 up at one point, so they threw that away, and it meant that on away goals Manchester City progressed to the final to face Barcelona. Between that, they picked up a 1-0 win, hardly emphatic, but a 1-0 win against recently relegated Swansea. And then they travelled to the Emirates Stadium and they took an absolute pounding off of Arsenal, losing 4-0. And this was the game that turned the title race, because going into this, they were a point ahead of Manchester City with 2 games left to go. But with this defeat twinned with a Manchester City win meant that going into the final game, they were 2 points back. And though they won that game by 3-0 against Palace, it was all for naught, as Manchester City won by the same scoreline away to Bournemouth and wrapped up the Premier League title. So with 3 games left to go and a potential treble on the table, they've kind of thrown it away. So they're now in the last chance saloon for a trophy this season. They only won the Europa League last term, I believe, and possibly they might have won the Community Shield as well. But yeah, last chance saloon is the FA Cup final for them. But if they are going to win, they're going to be doing it without 2 of their key players. Anthony Martial has damaged his cruciate ligament, so highly unlikely we're going to see him before the end of 2018. 17 goals and 8 assists in 47 appearances, so he's been pretty good this season. And also they're going to be missing Jordi Alba, one of their big summer signings. He has knee tendonitis, which is going to keep him out for 3 to 5 weeks. 42 games from him, 1 goal and 7 assists. So it's going to make our job a bit easier not having to deal with these two, because they are very, very good players. But they've got an abundance of depth at their disposal. So I'm not expecting the game to just be a walkover now by any stretch of the imaginations. It's still going to be a very difficult game. But with these two missing, it is going to make things maybe a little bit easier in the long run. So there is the build up to the final. So what we're going to do now is jump into the game itself. We're going to take a look at the team sheets, and then we're going to get this party started. So here we go. Leeds United versus Manchester United, Wembley Stadium. Let's have it, boys. So here we are then, guys. Wembley Stadium, FA Cup final, just a few moments from kickoff, and here are the teams. And we'll start with ourselves, as we're classified as the home side. So firstly, we've got Silvestri in goal, as per usual. Normal backline of Faraoni, Bartley, Janssen and Xavi. I did make a slight change. I've been flip-flopping between Bridcut and Ronaldo Vieira, but Vieira's come in and done very well, so I'm going to stick with him, and he's going to be partnered by Conor Hurricane in the centre of the park. Then we've got Mbappe on the right, Schaub on the left, and we've got Roof and Larson up top. The only change in terms of the bench is Liam Bridcut comes onto the bench instead of John Obi Mikel. For the scumbags, It's De Gea in goal, Danilo, Jimenez, Kasharidi and Blinder, Daily Blind on a daily basis, as you know. Mkhitaryan, Herrera, Pogba and Depay, with Juan Mata sitting behind Rashford, surprisingly. So Ibrahimovic only gets a place on the bench for this one. And, you know, Romero, Shaw, Schneiderlin, Fellaini, Jones and Rooney are all on there as well. Potentially Wayne Rooney's last appearance for Man United if he comes off, because he's been on the transfer list for a while, so we'll see what happens there. In terms of the odds, Manchester United, unsurprisingly, are the favourites at 6-4. We're at 13-8 and the draw is at 2-1. The key man for us, according to the media, is Conor Hurricane, and for them it's Juan Mata. Now the team talk, and this is key. Normally it isn't really a big thing, you're looking for like a lot of green, but for this one I think I've got to go passionate and I've got to use something I don't really use very often, and that's the do it for the fans thing. So that's what we're going to do, and not a bad response. We'll just apply a bit of calm faith just to get the desired effect, and that should be that. Right, so we're sticking with the counter-attacking structured team shape, and I'm ready. Are you ready? I hope so. If you haven't got a drink already, I highly suggest you go grab one, because we're about to kick off. And got to make sure I change that to extended highlights. Don't want to miss anything, do we? Okay then, FA Cup final. Here we go. 90,000. Probably the most fierce cup final in all of FA Cup final history, because we just really hate each other. Possibly more fierce than the Leeds-Chelsea Cup final in 1970. But we're now underway. And here's Danilo. Possibly just a nothing opening highlight. Here's Pogba. And Vieira does what I want him to. Good lad. So it's a free kick. It can be Pogba to take it. And not the start I had planned. 6 minutes gone, and Pogba gives Manchester United the lead. He's got the armband, and it's a good free kick, but I don't know. I mean, you're over there, Silvestre. Leeds 0, Man United 1, and we've got an uphill battle on our hands now as we get things restarted. Hopefully we can hit back nice and early. Is Schaub on the ball? Goes inside to Roof. And it's a good tackle from Herrera, I think it was. Here's Danilo. Oh no, I think it was Matt. A good tackle from Hurricane though. And Larsson's going the wrong way and he's lost the ball. Good job, mate. Good job. But Jansen's there to mop up. Here's Ferrani. Goes to Mbappe. There's a ball to Larsson. Got Roof in support. And he's just given the ball away. Come on, bro. You're better than this. Jansen gets up well. Pogba somewhat wins the loose ball, but it comes through. And here's Jordan Larsson now. Can he put a shot? Oh, he's at the post. Side netting, whatever it was. And it's another highlight now. And Hurricane makes another good tackle. And then loses it completely. Jesus Christ. Stop losing the ball. Good tackle from Vieira, but Mkhitaryan's going to pick up the loose ball. Vieira blocks the shot, though. And now we've got a chance to maybe catch Man United on the break. Here's Roof. Skips past one. Goes to Schaub on the left. Can he get a cross in? He can. Larsson's up. Oh, but it's headed clear by Kasharidi. Here's Ferrani now. Can he get a cross in, hopefully? Good run from Ferrani. But it's not a very good cross, and it's into the side netting. Silvestri goes short. Out to the left for Xavi. Ooh, we get away with that one a little bit. There's a ball over the top looking for Roof, but Jimenez is alert to it, and he goes back to De Gea. We've played okay. We've just got to make sure that when we get an opportunity to get forward, we make it stick, make De Gea work, because we haven't challenged him yet. We haven't made him do anything. Here's Rashford now to Mata, but Hurricane's back and clears it, but only as far as Blind. Is that a corner? Oh, Jesus, Silvestri, what are you doing? Either grab it or let it go. Make up your mind. Mata with a corner now. Goes towards the centre. And it's cleared by Ferrani. But he comes back out and here's Mata again. And, oh, the shot's blocked by Schaub. And the cross is once again blocked. And I think that's Ferrani. And it's another corner for Man United. That's it. It goes towards the near post, and Mbappe not really aware of those around him. And we're getting pegged in now. We had a good spell of pressure, but we're being penned in a little bit. And it's going to be Danilo to take this one. Throw-in, that is. And it's poor, but Torre just heads it back to him. Oh, you made a mistake. Here you go, mate, then. Don't worry about it. Good tackle from Vieira. Here's Depay now. Gets a shot away, and Silvestri saves it, but it looked like it was going wide, to be honest. So, another corner for Manchester United. For those of you who've got a bet on for corners, you'll be well in for this one. And Ferrari gets up well. Go to the ball, Mbappe. Don't just sit there waiting for it, you prat. Now we've got a chance to maybe counter-attack. There's a ball forward for Roof. And is Larson now. Offside, though. Right, I was just going to give him a kick up the backside, but we've got a highlight to deal with first of all, with nearly half an hour gone. We've only had one shot on goal all game. That's not good enough. So, I'm definitely going to be laying into him a little bit at half time. Hopefully we can get in with it just being a goal down, or maybe even snatch an equaliser on the break, but at the moment it's not looking likely because they're all over us. And Rashford makes Silvestri pull out a half decent save. It was right at him, but he still had a bit of work to do. It's another corner. It's going to be Mata to take it. Goes towards the centre. And that was Mbappe getting up, was it? I'm not sure. Mata again, and Hurricane clears it. And now we have got a chance to counter. As Mbappe, he's got a lot of space ahead of him. Has he got support in the box though? No, and the line comes in and takes it off him. Disappointing, but we've got another instant highlight. Here's Depay, goes inside to Mata. Here's Rashford. Looking to work a shot, and Silvestri makes another decent save, and it's another corner with half an hour gone. Mkhitaryan takes this one, and it's cleared. And Mbappe, oh, you had time! Oh, he had so much space there to just run at them, and he just does that. You knobhead. And now we're back under the cosh a little bit again. Here's Pogba. Goes to Mkhitaryan. It's not looking good as things stand, is it? There's a ball through for Rashford. He gets a shot away, and Silvestri makes a save. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there because I'm not quite sure. That might have just snuck in. And it's going to be Mkhitaryan to take the corner. Goes towards the centre, but Silvestri plucks it out the air. So, just over 2 minutes to go before the break, not including added on time. Vieira makes a very good tackle though, and here's Hurricane. Now can we maybe just snatch an equaliser on the brink of half time? Mbappe driving forward, he's got time, he's got space. Can he find someone in there? There's Larson, and it's 1-0! Come on! Come on, Jordan Larson. 33rd goal of the season. Top goal scorer in the FA Cup. And finally, we make De Gea work, and he wasn't up to it. Mbappe, with time and space, uses his pace to get down that right side, crosses to the near post, and Larson on his right, unfavoured right, and De Gea should have been doing better there perhaps, but it doesn't matter. Leeds won, Man United won just before half time. And there's half time, guys. So on the face of it, not a brilliant performance, but when the chance did come, we took it. And you know, Silvestri's having a very good game, 7.4 as things stand. But we've got to improve. We've got to stop inviting them onto us a little bit, because it is going to cost us. Eventually, they are going to find a chink in the armour, and they are going to punish us for it. So I'm just going to tell them calmly that we can do. Oh, that wasn't what I was wanting really. So I'm going to be assertive here. I'm going to tell them that they can improve. I'm going to tell them that they can improve, and also I want to be passionately say they can do that. So I think that's as good as we're going to get as things stand at the moment. Lewis Schaub's not having a good game, neither is Bartley, but we're hanging in there. And again, if we can just, we're inviting them on, and I don't like that, but if we can just catch them on the counter again like we did last time, I fancy us to get a second goal. So Second half. And it's going to be us to kick things off. Hopefully that goal late in the half will change the balance of the game. Is Mbappe trying to get the better of, well, Blinder, but whatever the hell it was. I don't know if it was a pass, was it a cross, was it a shot? It was poor. Okay, so free kick to ourselves with 5 minutes of the half gone. Here's Schaub. Can he find a way through? No, he just... I don't know. Looks like his legs sneezed from that. Like, here's Mbappe now. Can he just get around Blinder and make a run down that right side? Blinder makes a bit of a tackle, but Mbappe still has it. He comes inside to Hurricane. Hurricane to Roof. To Larson. With a shot, and it's from distance, but simple work for De Gea. Oh, we've got a chance now. Here's Vieira. Goes to Faraoni. He's got a bit of support. There's Mbappe. Good turn from Mbappe. He gets the cross in. Here's Jordan Larson now. And ooh, De Gea saves. And Schaub gets the loose ball. And Danilo makes a tackle. Good tackle. Put your hands down, Schaub. It was a decent tackle. Okay then. So, just over an hour gone now. Bartley gets up. Man United have made a change. Rashford has come off for Ibrahimovic. Memphis Depay with a shot. And now Mbappe got a chance to break. He goes forward to Larson. What can he do now? He's got Roof. Very little in terms of support. Ooh, how did he do that? That's not fair. He's got glue on his hands, ref. I'm not having this. And another instant highlight. Here's Xavi. We're doing much better this half. Here's Schaub. Got a couple of Man United players on bookings. Mkhitaryan in particular. Here's Schaub now. With the ball looking for Roof, but it's too heavy. Way too heavy. And Kasharidi makes an easy interception. Janssen gets up well though. And again, here's Larson now. Goes to Roof. He's got Schaub to his left. But Roof loses out to Andahera. Here's Schaub now. Larson to Roof. Lovely sweeping move, and he gets the shot away, Roof, but it's wide of the mark. But we're doing better. We're turning the screw a little bit now and putting them under the cosh a little bit. So I'm happy with this. De Gea goes long, looking for Ibrahimovic potentially. Janssen, I think, or Bartley gets up well. Hurricane goes out wide to Mbappe. She's a bit more incisive now than we were in the first half, but Mbappe loses out, and here's Ibrahimovic, who's taken the captain's armband from Pogba. Seniority, eh? Here's Ibrahimovic now, with a pass to Pogba, the goal scorer. Blinder looking to get a crossing, but Franny makes a good tackle. Now we've got a chance to break potentially. Long ball looking for, it was either Roof or whoever it was. It didn't get there, doesn't matter. Here's Depay now. Goes back inside to Herrera. Ibrahimovic with the ball through for Mata, and it's hit the crossbar, and Bartley's there to mop up and clears. And oh, Larson just kept it in. Oh, pass the ball, bro. What are you doing? Mata with a chance. He plays it through, but Janssen's in there. Good work, lad. Here's Larson now. Goes to Roof. And he was looking for the ball through, but it's cut out by Kasharidi. Here's Hurricane now. Did he carve out an opening for us? Here's Roof. And he loses out again. He's got to stop losing the ball. We're in these positions. There's not much on for him, but we're just giving the ball away cheaply at times. Roof through to Mbappe. Can he finish it? He can! It's 2-1! Come on! Kylian Mbappe, 16th goal of the season. And with 25 minutes to go, it's 2-1. Kemar Roof with a lovely ball through. Mbappe just keeps himself onside. Good first touch, gets it out of his feet. De Gea does get a touch to it, I think. He should have been doing better there, but Mbappe finds the bottom corner. Leeds 2, Man United 1. And now we've got a real chance of winning this. We just need another goal. So, 20 minutes to go. Another highlight. Man United are definitely going to be coming at us with everything they can muster. Here's Mkhitaryan, and it's straight at Silvestri, and he palms it out for a corner. And I'm now going to be thinking about potentially making some substitutions. Mata with the corner in. Goes towards the near post, but it's cleared by Bartley. And Xavi makes a head up from the second attempt. Roof goes long, looking for Larson, who sneaks in there, just out of nowhere, like Randy Orton. Here's Herrera. Goes to Depay. We're looking a bit stretched as things stand, but Vieira makes a good tackle, justifying my decision to bring him in. And now we've got a chance to catch him on the counter. Here's Jordan Larson. He's cut inside now. He's got onto that left foot with a shot, and De Gea saves. And we've got a corner now. And it's going to be Hurry Hayne to take it. Can he find Bartley or Janssen in the centre? Goes towards the near post, but it's cleared by Ibrahimovic, and it's another corner. We've got to do better from our set pieces when we've got him in these positions. Hurry Hayne to take it again. He's got options in the centre. He goes towards near post. There's Janssen, and it's wide of the mark. Oh, that was terrible. So it's a throw-in. We've got a quarter of an hour left to go. Depay goes in, and Janssen clears well, and Mbappe back there doing some defensive work as well. And it was a ball up. There's a poor clearance from Jimenez though, and here's Schaub with a chance to break. Oh, he's cut it inside to Kemar Roof. He's got a bit of space, and he's wasted it. Right, I'm going to think about making some changes now, because there are going to be people that are looking tired. Vieira's one of them, so I'm going to bring Bridcut on, and I'm going to keep him in that. I'm going to put him in that ball-winning midfielder role in the defend duty. Schaub's not having a brilliant game, but I'm not sure. There are a few tired legs out there. Xavi as well as potentially. I do have Federico Di Marco on the bench, but at the moment I don't want to change too many things and upset the balance of the team, because substitutions can do that. So I think I'll just make the one change as things stand. Bridcut on for Vieira, and I'm also going to give them a bit of cheeky faith as well. A bit of cheeky calm concentrate. A little faith in Bridcut. And I'm just going to pause it just so... Oh god, I can't do it now because I've got to wait for pending changes. Yeah, apparently when you make a substitution you can't talk to anyone. You have to sit there silently until the substitution is made, as Depay goes from distance, but it's well over the bar. But we've got another instant highlight. Silvestri goes long, looking for Larson, and both of them miss it, and Jimenez comes in to mop up. Janssen gets up well though, but Jimenez picks up the loose ball. Here's Mata now. Poor pass from Mata looking for Depay. Or Memphis, what did you want to call him? I don't get that, putting your first name on the back of a shirt. It seems foreign and weird to me. Oh, he gets up, Memphis! Oh, and it's a good save from Silvestre. And I might start having to drop people back a little bit further. And Janssen gets up well. And Bridcut's going to be there to mop it up. Maybe get us away on a counter. No, that's the end of that highlight. But here's Xavi with a free kick. Goes inside to Janssen. Here's Schaub. Not really seen much of him today. He's been well shepherded by Danilo. Oh, it's a lovely ball through for Roof. Oh, De Gea's come out, and there's Larson! And it's 3-1! Come on! What was David De Gea doing there? I have no idea, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Hurry Hayne with a through ball. I don't know why the defender's got his hand up. Roof gets in there, and De Gea just comes into no man's land. Roof, it looks like a cross-come shot, but Larson's there just to nod it in and steal it. You cheeky little git. Leeds 3, Manchester United 1, and 12 minutes to go. We're so close. We're so close now to a massive FA Cup final win. But Man United are going to be coming all out at us to try and get themselves back into this. There's a ball through for Depay and a shot, but it's well over the bar. And we've got just over 10 minutes left. So 82nd minute, Shaw with a throw-in. He gets it back though. Here's Schneiderlin with a shot. Oh, what a save from Silvestre. Oh my word. That was world class. Don't care what you say, that was world class. And Mata takes the corner now, goes towards the centre. Janssen gets up well again though. Here's Depay. Is he going to have a pop from distance? No, Mbappe makes a very good tackle. Okay, so Kemar Roos picked up a little bit of a knock. So I'm not, even though it's the last game of the season, I don't want someone on there who's not going to contribute. So I'm going to bring Chris Wood on. And I'm going to play him as a target man. Hopefully with those long balls up, he can get something on it because he's good in the air. And I don't want to change the defence because look at the way they're playing. They're absolutely brilliant at the minute. And I think I'm also going to bring on... DeMarco for Schaub. And I'm going to drop the wingers back into like a wide midfield role. So we're going to do that instead. So 2 changes. Wood on for Roof, who's picked up a bit of a knock. And DeMarco on for Shab, who's not had a good game. But it's more of a tactical change. So got about 5 minutes left. There's another highlight. We're not too far away from the end now. Bartley gets up well. Haven't had a chance to make my tactical changes. Is Schneiderlin. He gets a shot away and he's hit the crossbar. And Jansen's on hand to clear it into touch. We've got 2 minutes of added on time now. So the last 30 seconds, I think we've done it. I think we've just about done it. We've wrapped up a famous double. Here's DeMarco now. Playing a little bit out of position as things stand. Jansen goes long and Chris Wood tries to get up, but there's a ball through for Depay. Is he going to get across it? He does. And oh, and there's another brilliant save, and Ibrahimovic gets the loose ball and they've pulled one back. Is this going to set up a nervy finish? I just hope to God the referee is going to blow as soon as it's kicked off. So Depay gets the better of Faraoni for once. Crosses it to the back post. Ibrahimovic gets up and Silvestri again makes a brilliant save. But the second ball, Ibrahimovic is alert to it and he finishes from the tight angle. Leeds 3, Man United 2, and is this going to set up a nervy finish? Just hold on to the ball. Don't do anything silly. Don't do anything stupid. Like give the ball away. But Woodcut there, heading it to Hurricane. Jansen goes long. He finds Wood. There's a ball through and it's done! We've done it! Yeah! We've done the double! I do not believe it. We have done the double. Leeds United 3, Manchester United 2. And I said it at the start, didn't I? The most epic FA Cup final you will ever see in your life. We went behind. We got that equaliser late in the first half. And then second half, we were much improved. We came at them. We got those 2 goals. De Gea was at fault for probably all of them, I would say. But it doesn't matter. We've done it. Jordan Larson, man of the match, but it could have gone to anyone really. Silvestri, a 7.4. He would have been rated higher if it wasn't for that goal, and I don't think he's really massively at fault for that. But Mbappe had a very good game. He got himself on the score sheet. Roof had a good game before his knock as well. But we've done it. We've won the FA Cup, and we've done it against this bunch of scumbags. That's the best part. Because Mourinho had been running, he's been flapping his gums and running his mouth, and now he said he was going to put me in my place. Well, didn't work out, did it, bro? Moutinho 1, Mourinho 0. Sorry, for this season it's Moutinho 2, Mourinho 1. Get in. Brilliant game, absolutely. That was special. It was really special, and I'm just going to give praise to him. Even though he did kind of nick a goal off Kemar Roof, but we can forgive him for that, I suppose. We can forgive him. That's his 30, I think it's 35 goals this season, or is it 34? I'm not sure. We'll see. In the terms of the stats, I think you could possibly say that Man United got FM'd here, and it's good to be on the not be on the receiving end of being, FM'd. 16 shots, 9 on target, 46% of the possession, but where it counted and when it mattered, we made our chances stick. Larson with 2, Mbappe with 1, and we've done it. We've done the double. We've won the FA Cup, and we've done it against Manchester United, and that is an amazing way to end the season. Being honest, I was hoping we'd win, but hope isn't really a tactic. And against Manchester United, I was expecting, well, it's a big game and it's going to be tough, and more than likely they'll win. If we can get it to extra time and maybe penalties, then maybe we've got a chance. But we've done it! Yes! Come on! I apologise if I deafened some of you with my shouting, but being a lifelong avid Leeds United fan and having LUFC tattooed down my forearm, you wouldn't just... I love my football team. I do. And I can't, honestly, in Football Manager, I can't play as anyone else. I have no interest in it. But yeah, Kemar has picked up an injury, dead leg, doesn't matter, season's done. We lift the FA Cup, received 1.8 million for winning it. Board happy with the FA Cup win. They are pleased to have finally won the competition after so many barren years, with the last success coming in 1972, which was the centenary FA Cup final. So, well, it was like 40 years ago, I think. 45, sorry, 45 years, I think it was. So there we go. That's the end of the episode, guys, at the end of the season in terms of the gameplay. We are going to be having an end of season review coming in a few days' time as well. And then I'm thinking about potentially doing like a one-off standalone episode just focusing on the World Cup, because it is a World Cup year. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see. Not necessarily watching each and every game, but just maybe looking at the highlights from England, and also just keeping abreast of what happens in the actual competition, who wins it, who's the top goal scorer, and so on. And also potentially looking for some players we could maybe sign for next season as well. That could be something we'd do. But again, thanks guys for watching. Any support, any likes, comments, shares or whatever, that's always appreciated. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. I'm going to go get my breath back now. Take care, guys, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Doing the double against Man United. Brilliant. Peace.